The day I knew I was black, when normality was taken away. You are listening to Empower Mind Talk, navigating mental health, strength, and belonging. And let me tell you something, this is a real soul talk. I am your host, Maureen, a life and purpose coach, mental health advocate, Asia coach, author, and a fellow traveler on this winding path of healing, identity, and homecoming. Welcome back, dear souls, to Empower Mind Talk, and I hope you started your year 2026 at a good note. So with these amazing and, let me say, expecting the year to be nice and positivity, we're going to start our new episode of this year with the topic, the day I knew I was black, when normality was taken away. And let's get you back to this place. This is not a place for explanation. This is a place for truth. Here, you don't have to justify your memories. You don't have to soften your pain. You don't have to laugh things off to make others comfortable. Here, your experience is enough. Here, you are enough. And here, you belong. So, let's begin. There was a time in my life when my blackness was not a question, and I had the privilege to spend this time over 19 years of my life where this was never a question. And this is so important when it comes to identity. My blackness back then, it was not a topic, it was not a curiosity, it was not a conversation starter. In Kenya, my blackness was simply me. It was just there. It was just no question to that. At the kitchen table, over shared meals, laughing with friends at the bar, walking through markets, arguing, dreaming, living. No one ever asked me to explain my skin. No one even questioned my skin. No one wondered why I looked the way I did. No one reduced my body to a puzzle. My skin was normal. My presence was unremarkable. My humanity was uninterrupted until I entered spaces where difference became the lens through which I was seen. And it didn't start with cruelty. It started with questions. Questions distinguished as a joke. Questions wrapped in laughter. Questions followed by, I didn't mean it like that. For example, why are you so black? Can you wash it off? I mean, the blackness. Why are your palms lighter? Why are your feet bright inside but dark outside? Does the color even fade in winter? People laughed, and of course, they expected you to laugh too, to play along, to reassure them that it's okay to ask such questions. But something inside me didn't laugh, because suddenly my body was no longer just mine alone. It had become a topic. It had become an object of curiosity, an spectacle, like something that's just like, whoa, to be admired or to be questioned. And quietly, without asking for permission, identity began to shift. These questions don't just land on the ears. They land on the nervous system, on the heart, on the sense of self. You start questioning, am I strange? Am I too much? Am I visible in a wrong way? Or do I need to explain myself in a certain way so that I'm understood? And mark you were never taught to question your existence. No one is taught this. But now, the world does it for you. Not loudly, not aggressively, but persistently. And slowly, the ease you once carried starts to disappear. And when you start to disappear, you lose normality. And this is the part that hurts the most. Not the questions, not the ignorance, but the loss of normality, the loss of moving through life without being observed, without being commented on, without being analyzed. You begin to feel watched before you feel welcomed. Your laughter changes, your posture changes, your silence becomes strategic. You learn to enter rooms already alert, already prepared, already aware that your presence will be noticed before your personality ever is. And something inside you grieves because you remember what it felt like to simply be. And you might be asking, why does this even matter? And another question, why does it even matter when it comes to mental health and mental health well-being? Because the mind was never meant to carry constant self-monitoring, because the body was never designed to be a guard or on guard at all the time. When your identity becomes a question mark, the nervous system never fully rests. Over time, this shows up as hypervigilance, emotional fatigue, people-pleasing, identity confusion, self-doubt that doesn't belong to you. Not because you are insecure, but because your environment made safety conditional. This is not a weakness, it is adaptation, or let me say, assimilation in that case. The truth that needs to be broken or spoken gently is, you don't become black. You became aware that the world treats blackness different. And this is where it hits. And that awareness came with a cost, the cost of innocence, the cost of ease, the cost of moving freely. And yet this awareness does not take away your worth. It reveals the system, not a flaw in you. If you feel this story in your body, pause here. And like I always say, please only if you are in a position to do so. Place your hand on your heart and breathe. Let yourself remember there was a version of you who existed without explanation. That version still lives within you, untouched, whole, and enough. You didn't lose it or yourself. You learned to survive. And I have got 3 deep truths to carry on forward. Number 1, your identity was never up to debate. Curiosity does not get to override dignity. Number 2, the pain you felt was real, even when people laughed. Humor does not erase harm. Number 3, you are allowed to reclaim your normality on your own terms, because belonging begins inside. I have got an affirmation for you that you can say today. Say these slowly. Let it land. My body is not a question. My skin is not a topic. My existence is complete, dignified, and whole. If this reflection unlocked a memory or named something you never heard words from, please know you are not alone. Many of us carry these realizations quietly. Many never speak it loud or have a chance to do so. So please share these with someone who may finally feel seen through it. Subscribe to Empower Mind Talk. Leave a review. This space feels like home. And remember, you were never too black. You were simply placed in places that forgot how to recognize humanity without comparison. Until next time, may you feel grounded. May you feel safe in your body. And may you remember, you are always enough, exactly as you are.